All 61 candidates from the eastern districts who had filed their nominations for the urban local body polls have withdrawn their papers. While 21 candidates from Mon were the first to withdraw their papers, others soon follow suit. The move comes amid the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization's resolution to abstain from all state and central polls till the time its demands are met. And as Nagaland is all set for the historic urban local body polls, State Election Commission T. John Longkumer informed that a total of 523 intending candidates for 278 wards remain in the fray for the upcoming elections to urban local bodies. A total of 670 nominations were filed, out of which 4 were rejected and 79 candidates withdrew their nominations. Meanwhile, 64 candidates were declared winners unopposed.
We have had a total number of 670 nominations in a total. From this, 4 have been rejected due to incomplete documentations. 64 have been uncontested. They have already been issued their certificates. 79 withdrawals we have had. So that leaves us today with 523 candidates left in the fray.
A total of 530 polling stations will be in place for the 278, and the polling will begin at 7:30 a.m. and will continue till 4 p.m.
Here the Commission would like to inform the prohibition of public meeting during 48 hours preceding the election. Therefore, 2 days before the election, there will be no public meetings which will be allowed. This will be enforced by the civil and the police administration. The voting on the 26th, it will start at 7:30 and it will conclude at 4 in the afternoon. But let me add a rider here. The closure of voting at 4 may be extended also, as long as there is a queue, So long as by 4 o'clock, the voters are within the compound, the campus, then too, the voting will go on. But it'll start at 7:30.
Longkumer assured the ULB to be free and fair and said that if any misconduct is detected, repoll will be held. Since ULB in Nagaland is happening after 2 decades, which is historic, he said not only the entire country, but the Supreme Court is also keeping a close watch on the polls.
So I appeal for calm, for an atmosphere of free and fair elections, and above all, to believe in the due process of law and to abjure all forms of violence. The Commission is of the firm conviction that violence will not be tolerated, and we are ready for any number of repolls if required. At the same time, the Commission wishes to heartily congratulate all those who have been elected uncontested. And for the 523 candidates left in the fray, the Commission wishes them all the very best of luck. May God bless all of you.
All right, now I'm being joined live with Sarah Konyak from Kohima. So Sarah, coming to the Eastern Districts first, well, as many as 61 candidates had filed nominations, and there was hope that the ULB polls may be a reality in the 6 districts. But that was not to be. So there was clearly immense pressure on these candidates to withdraw. Sarah?
Yes, Priya, altogether 61 candidates from the Eastern Nagaland had filed their nominations on the last day of the nomination that was on 11th June. However, the ENPO, the respective tribal bodies of those particular districts where the nominations had been filed, were under a lot of pressure, and the same pressure was also put on to the candidates. And the candidates were in a way forced to withdraw their nominations due to the pressure put forth by their respective tribal bodies and also the ENPO. On the night of the 11th June, situations were also reported to be a little tense in some of the districts as the general public had come out agitating uh, to the candidates to withdraw their candidature. Well, 21 candidates, during after receiving those reports, the state government and also the state government had also sent some additional forces to some of the districts where situations were reported to be tense. And we have also been informed in today's press conference that some of the candidates who had not withdrawn their candidature were also provided with additional security bodyguards of bodyguards. However, understanding that the situation may not be very good if they participate, the candidates had withdrawn their candidature, and yes, no elections will be held on the 26th of June in the eastern area. But Priya, let me also make a point here that in case after the ULB polls are over within 6 months, if the Eastern Nagaland changes their mind and they wish to go ahead for the urban local body elections, then there is a possibility that elections can be held again within 6 months, Priya.
So, Sarah, the parties too, if we talk about the BJP and NDPP, are refrained from saying anything much on the withdrawals. So, clearly, they are showing respect here to the sentiments of the people of the eastern districts. But what about the state election department?
Well, the particular political parties, the NDPP and the BJP, they are also very well aware that a resolution has been adopted, and the Eastern Nagaland people were successful in abstaining from the Lok Sabha polls. And with regard to the State Election Commission, they had also initially appealed to the ENPO to reconsider the decision. However, that was not done, and the SEC had also given a show cause notice to the ENPO, which the ENPO had also responded. So in today's press conference, the SEC commissioner have clearly stated that only after all the election process are over, they will be re-examining the entire case.
And Sarah, the Eastern Nagaland apart, the ULB polls being held in Nagaland is a historic one. So, how is the mood of the people as far as the polls are concerned?
Well, full swing campaignings are going on in all the respective wards besides the Eastern Nagaland. And yes, people are definitely really looking forward as this is going to happen after 20 years. And this is for the benefit of the citizens of the state only. So, yes, definitely people are looking forward. The preparations is all set to hold the ULB polls on 26th of June, and as well as all security arrangement, adequate security arrangements are also have also been put in place. We have learned that some of the companies in the other districts have also been dispatched from today itself, and more than 8,000 personnels will be monitoring, will be giving the security to the in the western districts, which covers in the western districts, which covers 10 districts in total. So the security arrangements which were made for the Eastern Nagaland for the polls have also been called off, and the additional forces are being put in place in the western districts.
Right, Sarah Konyak, thank you so much for all those details. So all 61 candidates from the eastern districts who had filed their nominations for the urban local body polls have withdrawn their papers. And meanwhile, 21 candidates from Mon were the first to withdraw their papers. Others soon follow suit. The move comes amid the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization's resolution to abstain from all state and central polls till the time its demands are met. And as Nagaland is all set for the historic urban local body polls, State Election Commissioner T. John Longcomere informed that a total of 523 intending candidates for 278 wards remain in the fray for the upcoming elections to urban local bodies. A total of 670 nominations were filed, out of which 4 were rejected and 79 candidates withdrew their nominations. Meanwhile, 64 candidates were declared winners unopposed. And meanwhile, a total of 530 polling stations will be given in place for the 278, and the polling will begin at 7:30 a.m. and continue till 4 p.m. And meanwhile, as you've already heard, Longcomere assured the ULB to be free and fair and said that if any misconduct is detected, re-poll will be held. Since ULB in Nagaland is happening after 2 decades, which is historic, he said not only the entire country, but the Supreme Court is also keeping a close watch on the polls.